Periodic functions, multiple choice questions, right? This is your test. So you can copy these questions and then answer them. Question 9. If maximum value of a sinusoidal function is 5 and the axis of the curve is at y equals to minus 2, the minimum value is? Four choices are minus 5, minus 7, minus 9 and 3.5. Question 10. If maximum and minimum values for a sinusoidal function are at x equals to 30 degrees and x equals to 80 degrees, then its time period is 50 degrees, 100 degrees, 110 degrees, 160 degrees. Question 11. Time period for y equals to tan 2x is 360 degrees, 2 degrees, 180 degrees or 90 degrees. Question 12. Cos x plus 90 degrees is sin x minus sin x minus 1 or minus cos x. So go through these questions once again and try to make a choice. Right? You may sketch on the side to help you answer the questions. Okay. Now you can stop the video now because I'm going to give you the solutions. And once you have written your solutions, then check your solutions. Okay. Here are my suggestions. Question 9. If maximum value of a sinusoidal function is 5 and axis of the curve is at y equals to minus 2, the minimum is? So think like this. Let's say we have a curve, sine function like this. Correct? Now here, let me write down maximum value is 5. So let's just say this is at 5, right? And axis is minus 2. Let's say the center value is at y equals to minus 2, right? Then how much is the minimum? So how will you find? So, minimum is as far away as maximum is from axis of symmetry, right? That is the purpose of axis of symmetry. So how far away is 5 from minus 2? So when you go 2 plus 5, 7. So it has to be 7 below minus 2. So the answer is minus 9, correct? So that is the right solution for this question. Question 10. Maximum and minimum values for the sinusoidal functions are at x equals to 30 degrees and 80 degrees. So let's sketch one sinusoidal function and check. Correct? Now it says that maximum and minimum, let's just draw our axis here and think like this. So that is maximum value, right? And this is the minimum value. So they say maximum and minimum values are at 30 and at 80, right? So what is the time period? Distance between maximum and minimum is half the period. Do you see that? And that is 50. So the time period should be 50 more, twice this. And therefore the answer is B. Do you see that? That is how you have to think and answer these questions. Now next question is, time period of y equals to tan 2x is what? So tan 2x means there will be two waves, right? So it is like, or you can think like this, tan 2x, that means it is compressed horizontally by a factor of half, correct? That is what tan 2x is. Now the question here is, what is the time period of tan x? Tan 2x will be half of that. Now some students get this part wrong. The time period of tan x is 180 and therefore half of that should be 90 degrees. So that is the right answer, okay? So be very careful. time period of sin x and cos x is 360 degrees, and half of that will be 180. But for tan x, it repeats after every 180 degrees, and we say that the time period of tan x is 180 degrees, and half of that should be 90 degrees, correct? So the answer is D, 90 degrees. Now the last question here is question 12. Cos x plus 90 degrees is sin x or minus sin x or sin x minus 1 or minus cos x. So let's try to sketch this function, right? So let me just sketch this function as like this. Let me just make one wave first, and then we'll do the later half. Let's just make a general wave, right? And that is my x-axis. Now when I say that it is cos of x plus 90 degrees, so normally what happens is that the cos wave starts from maximum, right? So that is normal cos x. Now when I say cos x plus 90, that means the cos wave actually started before, right? Instead of starting from here, it started here. So it started before, right? So this point moves 90 units to the left. So the axis comes here. Think like this. Think like this, if that helps you. So cos x plus 90 is this wave. We'll draw y-axis here and x here. So that wave is cos. This starting from here is actually cos x plus 90 degrees. Do you see? So what does this represent? So you see, if you see from here, it is minus sin x. Sin x will be like this. Do you see that? So the answer is minus sin x. So that is how you can figure out these functions. The other way to look into this is, for example, in your coordinate system, cos x plus 90 will be here, correct? Now cos is negative in this quadrant, correct? Therefore, we have minus sin x. It's a co-function. Cos changes to sine, co-function identity. So it becomes minus sin. That's another way to look into it, okay? So these are the solutions, and I hope that you understand a lot from these. They are not very easy questions. They are like thinking type multiple choice questions. And knowledge of these questions will help you a lot in your test. Thank you.